Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast pre-show here on Patreon. I'm your host, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, is the PC Muscle Race himself, Laurent Dawkins.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Laurent.
What's up, Corey?
I don't know. Yeah, it's been a long day. You know when you come back from vacation and you're like stressed out that you're like 3 or 4 days behind because you've been off for a couple days, and it's like, oh my God, I gotta fit 3 days of work into 5 hours, and it's just ridiculous.
Wait. 4th of July was a long time ago. What the hell?
I went out of town this weekend, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah, for my daughter, we took her to the Columbus Zoo for her birthday, and we kind of left town for a couple days and spent the night, swam, and did the Science Center, the whole thing. Speaking of the whole thing, also here's PK Power Pat Klein.
I did something I didn't think I'd ever do today.
What'd you do, Pat?
I think I sunburned my head.
I did that this weekend at the zoo. It was hot.
You know, since I started shaving my head, I've never actually had the opportunity to ever have a sunburn up there. So I was outside eating lunch for like 40 minutes yesterday. I think I sunburned my head.
Yeah, it'll get you. It'll get there. It'll get you.
Yeah, it's a little sore.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
Our fourth chair this week, all the way from Xbox Expansion Pass, is Insipid Ghost himself. Luke Lore is here. Hey, Luke, how's it going?
It goes well, man. I appreciate you having me here on the pre-show and show proper when that happens. It's just nice to hang out with you again, man. It's been too long.
I know it's been quite a while. It's been like 2-ish years or so. I was looking at old episodes trying to figure out when you were on last. I was like, man, we do not.
Wait, you guys have history?
Yeah,
talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear. Pat and I like the experience.
Look, the last time Luke was on, it was me, Luke, and Ed and Jesse were the hosts of this show. So that was the last time Luke was on. So
it was a younger me. It was a different time. Things were different then. I think we were still in masks at that point. If we have to, go back. It was a long time ago. So.
Yep, it was quite a bit, but glad you're here, Luke. This is cool. Real quick, who are you? Why are you important? And why should people pay attention to you?
My name is Luke Lore. The Insipid Ghost is kind of the tagline that I don't really say it as often anymore, but I host the Xbox Expansion Pass. It's a podcast that covers gaming news kind of as it impacts and it pertains to Xbox and the Xbox ecosystem. Been doing that since 2019. It's been pretty great. I've had some wonderful experiences. I've interviewed some incredible people. I'll kind of leave it at that and say that if you enjoy gaming, you'll find the Xbox Expansion Pass, XEP community, we're pretty welcoming. We do not play favorites. We cover Xbox because that's the nature of the show, but we love gaming in all its forms. So wherever you are, whatever you play, we like you. We welcome you.
Not really a lot to talk about on Xbox these days.
We had some dark years.
News on Xbox.
It was a joke. That was a sarcastic remark.
Have you lost your
Where's
mind?
your emoji?
No, Luke,
Can't
I'm a
be
big
sarcastic
fan of your
on a podcast, dude. No one can see it.
I know. Luke, a big fan of your show, really.
Thank you.
I feel like Xbox has been giving us so much content these past 3 months.
It's
Need to
been
give
an eventful
with
few
that
months.
Content.
Exactly.
Well,
maybe its own custom like Xbox popcorn bucket.
Oh
What
God,
would that be?
Oh
What would the
God.
Xbox popcorn bucket look like?
I mean, the Series X has the hole in the top. You could just, cut it out and put the popcorn in there and just hold the Series X like
That is true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Series S, has also kind of that coaster hole.
Yeah, but you got to lay it flat, and then you got to like dig in. It would be a whole thing. It'd be a mess. Speaking of messes, Laurent, third week in a row with a topic for a pre-show. Who are you? What are you doing?
Hey man, I'm doing this. It's like the creative mojo is back.
I know what happened.
I'll be on. You know what? That's a good question because 3 weeks in a row, right? My boyfriend's been out of town for 3 weeks. I'm not saying he has anything to do with it.
So you're saying we need to break you up?
Oh.
No, God, no.
He took personal offense to that when he was like, "Oh
Pat,
no,
what the hell, dude?
It's for the podcast, man. Gotta make sacrifices.
Wrecker.
Do it for the content, LaRon." That's what he's saying.
Yeah, come on, LaRon, for the content. LaRon, you want to enter this topic?
Yeah, sure.
Idea again.
Okay. All right. So, like, everyone here, we are all storied gamers. Some of us have been doing this since like we were barely big enough to hold a damn controller in our hands and stuff like that. So, thinking back on your long history of gaming and stuff like that, let's talk about like your favorite trophies or achievements that you got that are not platinums, that cannot be platinums. I know everybody gets that sense that they can exhale and like they get their pump when they get that platinum or that 100%. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about an individual trophy or achievement. Usually those ones that you actually have to stop and put some work in. Usually kills the progression of your gameplay, because you're trying to get that one damn trophy. Let's just talk about it.
Well, Luke, you're our esteemed guest. You should
Sure.
you should pitch your achievement. You've got a lot of them.
Yeah. I recently this past week actually crossed 250,000 gamer score.
Nice going.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool milestone. But like, it's funny because I used to truly chase them, and now it's very game specific. Like, if I want achievements in a game that I love, I will chase them. And oftentimes they're in games that I love that others don't. And something about that makes me want to support the devs, support the culture of that game that much more. Which is interesting to say the least. But I have a couple that I kind of added on to kind of my handwritten list. Anyone that knows XEP knows I like to make my lists on paper. I've a number of the Halo games did I do on Legendary Solo. And because Xbox doesn't have platinums, I don't think those capture the same spirit. But doing Legendary Solo in any of the Halo campaigns has always felt good and like a fair challenge, which sometimes trophies are remarkable. I see some of the notes that one or two of you guys have in there, and like one of those achievements really makes me upset. Just because the way the developers designed it. And as a fan of Gears, I'm sure you'll know what I mean. But I also on the 360, there was an achievement in the first Red Dead Redemption called Redeemer. And that was if you get 100% in the game, and it wasn't the 1,000 gamer score, which I call the 1K, the plat equivalent. But it was.
We're talking about like completing 100% of the game.
Yeah, that was the Redeemer achievement, and something about like that one felt so good. And I remember the last thing I had to do was take down a legendary animal. It was a mountain lion of some kind. So I like strangely have that in my mind as an achievement I truly loved. And then the other thing that comes to mind is my favorite franchise of all time is the Arkham series. I just truly love the Arkham games, from Origins, Blackgate, all the way through to Night. I truly love Arkham and what it is. And in every Arkham game, I've gotten every Riddler trophy on at least one of the platforms. So if I played it on PlayStation first, I might have gotten all of them there. If I played on Xbox, I might have gotten them all there. But somewhere in the pantheon of the Arkham games, I've gotten every Riddler trophy that there is, that they've ever made. And so that to me feels really cool. And I'm 38 going on 40, it feels like, and I'm so proud of getting every Arkham Riddler trophy. But it's a fun way to, I think, celebrate a franchise. At least that's how I think of them.
Trying to remember, how many Riddler trophies were there in City? Because I think City had the most, if I remember.
Well, it depends on if you count the races and stuff in Night, because Night had the most, but they also had more types of challenges.
Okay.
But like trophies proper, City probably did. So
yeah,
man,
I know I did the whole get the trophies on each one of them as well, except for Origins. I've never actually completed Origins.
Oh, it's the best one.
It's kind of a hard one to play.
Origins it's not back compat digitally, but you can play it disc on Xbox. Mm-hmm. It's on PS3, but not 4. Mm-hmm. It has the only real boss fights truly in the franchise in the best way, and I loved that. I love Arkham, and Origins is too often overlooked.
Yeah, I played the entirety of Origins on the Wii U, so wow. I think that's a trophy for me. Mm-hmm. We're gonna write that down.
Now, Luke, for your 250K, did you try to land specifically on 250K, or did you have a little overlap?
For 250, I didn't even notice it until after the fact. Now at 200, 150, 100, those were all milestone moments for me. But I think in the last 2 years, I've stopped chasing the gamer score, and it's more game to game. I want a 1K this one. I want a 1K that one, or I want this achievement here.
Okay.
So it's achievements, trophies, and the like have changed what they mean to me in my kind of modern gaming era. But to me, they're a wonderful way to go down memory lane, popping open the PS app or the Xbox app on my phone and scrolling through and seeing what games I have trophies in allows me to remember that game. And I really like that.
So I guess a follow-up question, does that mean the ones that give you only like 3 gamer score and like mess up the whole like counts of 5? Like, does that mess with your mind?
It used to. It really did, to the point where I would go on Google and like find out a game that I could fix it. Like Redfall. Redfall is the game where I stopped caring because I'm amongst that very small group that somehow found a lot of enjoyment in Redfall, knowing that it's a very flawed game because it's truly not what it should be. Xbox did drop the ball there, but they had 17-point achievements.
Yep.
And when they broke my 5 gamer score increment, like my multiple of 5 increment, I stopped caring. I was like, I'm no longer chasing this. But before that, I would go and look up games that had other odd pairings to figure out how I could equate and even out things. So I think it's a really rude thing of a developer to do, if I'm being honest.
It is.
The game that broke me was Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, because they have an achievement that's 13 gamer score and one that's 17 gamer score. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why would you do this? Why would you do this?
Because now you have to complete the entire game.
Well, the 17 gamer score one, or whatever, the increment of 7 is like one of the last and hardest achievements to get. And it's like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. And the 13 one is like one of the first ones you get.
That's how they get you.
Oh my gosh, I hate you. Anyways, Pat.
Yes.
What's your achievement / trophy? I see it says something weird.
Yeah, I have way too many achievements and trophies that was so hard to remember. But there is always one that comes to mind when I get this question, and it's not a hard trophy at all to get. It's just an absolutely hilarious trophy to get, and that is the Yakuza 0. I did this for the trophy. And what you have to do is Yakuza has been known to have some very lewd, sometimes real video that goes on. Like, get some Japanese girls in like bikinis doing some oddly like sexual things. Like, I think for this achievement, like one of the girls actually was playing with a giant balloon that looked like a penis.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically you take Kiryu and you go to a video store and watch softcore porn.
Oh.
And once you've watched an actual video on it, which, luckily there's no nudity, but it's just it's questionable. If your mom came in and looked at your TV at the time, there would be questions. Your dad would at least be, considerate, but your mom would be like, "What's that?" But yeah, after you do it, after you finish the video, and it's kind of funny because then they cut off to like a picture of a tissue box, and you hear like Kiryu grunt. You get the trophy that pops up and says, "I just did this for the trophy."
Wow. Wow. It's quite the
reminds me of the Nier Automata achievement.
Yeah.
That's why I played it on Switch.
Not that I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know.
I think Lollipop Chainsaw kind of had also one of those achievements where if you try to keep looking up her skirt, you got an achievement for it.
Mm-hmm.
That game's coming out soon too. That remake.
Yep.
Or remaster or whatever they're calling it.
Repop.
Yeah. Laurent.
Is it Lollipop?
Yeah. What's your trophy or achievement?
All right. Well, I put two of them on here because one of them is one I'm actually really happy for doing, and the other one was like such a big surprise as I was going through my list of trophies that I was like, oh yeah, like I got to put that one on here. So like the one that was like the one that I'm really proud of getting is it's in Mega Man 10. It's the Hard Rock Trophy, and basically it's you make it to a boss run without taking any damage. And I used to do a little bit of speed running in Mega Man 10. Like I'm not one of those guys that like can do all that crazy stuff, like that you see like like just zipping and zapping and going all along and stuff like that. Like but I was able to get into like a small groove playing it back then, and I actually made it through like the Sheep Man stage, which is actually the first stage you can actually play. Like it was a stage with just the right amount of challenges, but not challenging enough that you could not go through and not get hit a single time in it. So that was my claim to fame. And Mega Man 10 was actually a good game. It was actually the first game. It was actually the first game that I ever even thought about doing a speed run in. And I mean, like seriously, like like trying to get on the leaderboards. And I got on the leaderboards for a couple of stages in Mega Man 10, and but it was nothing crazy. I was in the top 100, but a win is a win, so whatever.
Oh, humble brag about Mega Man 10, top 100, no big deal.
Mega Man 10 is not the hardest of the 8-bit Mega Man games. It's not.
Nope, that goes to number 9.
Number 9 was hard as a bitch. Like Mega Man 9 makes the original Mega Man game look like a walk in the park.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. But the one that was like the pleasant surprise and like I actually like get like hit in the feels when I see this is in Dead Space 2. It's Cross Your Heart and Hope to Die. Anyone that's played Dead Space 2 knows about that pivotal scene late in the game where you actually have to climb into this machine and have this machine stick a needle into your eye to hit your brain case, just so I can get marker code out of it. And it's one of those things. It's an instant kill if you do not do it right and stuff like that. I got it on the first try, and after being grossed out and everything, then all of a sudden you see the little thing pop up in the corner, like got a trophy, and I was like, was not expecting a trophy for that, but hey, those guys have a sense of humor.
yeah, poking somebody in the eye with a needle, real funny.
Oh God! Cross your heart, hope to die. Stick a needle in your eye.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
I get it, but like, no, man. If I saw a needle coming straight towards my eyeball, I'd be like, nope, I'm out. No.
So Corey, you've never played Dead Space 2, I'm assuming, right?
I've never played any Dead Space. I don't play scary games, man.
All right. Well. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. So like Isaac climbs into the chamber, and you have to be the one to control it, right? So like you have to sit there. There's like the little dot laser, like to like show you're on target and stuff like that. But the problem is, as the needle starts descending, Isaac starts freaking out. So his eyeball moves, and if it's not directly onto his pupil, like when that needle makes contact, he will die. So and it has like I want to say it was like a percentage gauge. The percentage gauge is showing how close the needle is getting to your eye and stuff like that. So as you're getting closer, like he's twitching, his eyes moving all over the place and stuff like that. You hear his heartbeat going up, and he's breathing hard and all that stuff, and is not making it fun and easy. As a matter of fact, like if your anxiety is not up, doing this, then I don't know what to say about you. But yeah, so as soon as it makes contact with your eye, like that's when like all of a sudden you just go right in, and all of a sudden I don't even know like this look that's on his face, and that's for if you successfully do it, because like it goes in, you see all this like crazy Dead Space like marker code language all show up all over the screen and stuff like that, and then it's over. Like the needle pops out, he gets out of the machine, like he blinks a couple of times, like the bleeding stops, and he's attacked by the super necromorph. If you fuck it up, like the machine will literally like come down and just take half your face off.
Sounds.
Yeah.
Look, anything that's like
gore.
No, like anything that has to do with like your eyeballs. I'm not
bones and eyeballs like that. That fucks with me.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's honestly why God of War fucks me up so much. So, like when you're doing like those dramatic kills and stuff like that. Oh my god!
3, when you like gouge the guy's eyes out in first person.
Yeah.
Oh man.
When you just rip Helios' skull off.
Yeah. Oh man. God of War 3 though, man. What a game. God of War 2 also. Well, I wrote down a couple here. I mean, a couple of them you don't really need to talk about, but the first achievement on 360 I was super proud of was the Seriously achievement on Gears 1. And so it was get 10,000 kills in multiplayer, and I think it was specifically Warzone, which if you don't remember Warzone and Gears, it was one life and you don't respawn. So you had to, keep killing and stay alive. And it took me like a year and a half to get that achievement. You guys think I'm crazy about playing Destiny. I was obsessed with Gears 1 and 2. Like it was they were the only games I played, right? I stopped to play Halo for a little bit, but then I went back to Gears. And I also got the Seriously 2.0 achievement.
You got 2.0?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Me and my friends were like playing Gears every night for hours upon hours upon hours. Like we would stay up like all night and play Gears. It was a time. But those are probably the two most time invested achievements that I have. We also got the Vidmaster achievement in Halo 3 that got you the Hayabusa flaming helmet, which was cool. And then in Destiny, the Flawless Raider achievement, which you have to do an entire raid without dying. But the cool thing is that a lot of people did this through Crota's End, which is considered the easiest raid in Destiny 1. But we did it on King's Fall, which is like probably the pinnacle of raids in Destiny, in my opinion. So that was a really cool achievement to pop, and like our whole fire team got it at the same time, which was also cool. All 6 of us, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, those are my favorite achievements.
It's good choices. Highly high skill level for those, and commitment.
Yeah, it was more of a commitment thing than a high skill level there, Luke. Years
Vidmaster
for yeah, Vidmaster, I guess, but the Gears ones were more of a time commitment than a skill level thing.
Come on, Luke. I had to watch softcore porn to get my trophy.
Hey man,
that takes commitment.
You know what? Egg on my face. You're right.
You're right.
You're right.
Pat wins.
Thank you.
Pat wins.
I did it for the trophy.
And I did it for the pre-show. That's it. Thank you guys for watching or listening to the pre-show. If you're listening, thank you for supporting us on Patreon. We will see you on the main show. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.